Hey, welcome back to another episode. If you have school agers in your program and you have to manage which school agers are going to come on a non-school day, who's not coming, how are you going to have enough room? How do you make sure you're at 100% occupancy and revenue without overfilling your classrooms? Don't be the program where school agers are hanging from the ceiling on non-school days. I'm going to show you how. That's what this video is about. This is another San Juan series instructional video to help you micromanage your program on non-school days. If you have preschoolers, pre-kindergartners, kindergartners, school agers, elementary school kids, here's how you micromanage all of that. You've seen my videos in the past. Now we're going to take a classroom roster and we're going to break it down just for a couple of non-school days in October 2020. Here's how. First, let me take you out to the San Juan. We're going to show you the Turn Point Lighthouse. Let's check this out. We're just cruising the San Juan Islands. If you're not familiar with that, this is the northwest corner of the United States. And behind me here, across the strait, is Sydney, British Columbia on Vancouver Island. And we come over here and we're looking at the mainland of Canada in British Columbia. Vancouver, Canada's up there. We're at the Turn Point Lighthouse here. Northwest lighthouse of the United States. One of them, at least, was in service for 81 years before they installed an LED up there and automated this lighthouse. So pretty cool historic location. Let's dive in. Have a marvelous day. Hey, welcome back. Hey, we are going to start real quick with a normal classroom roster. So here we go. Here is our Disney screen recording roster that we've got up and looking at. Here's kindergartners. Again, I've got kindergartners. George Jetson comes after school Monday, Wednesday, a full day, Friday it looks like. Yeah, let's get rid of those Fridays. These kiddos don't come on Fridays, they're at school. There we go. Okay, and so here's where we're managing before and after school kids, right? You've seen many of the other videos if you're watching this one, I assume. So in these other classrooms, a lot of full day kiddos. If you've seen my last instructional video, you understand some of the colors, red, green, yellow, purple even, right? Communicating with Squidward's parents about Monday, Tuesday. We're going to turn this roster into a roster that matches the October 2020 school calendar, and they happen to be out the 12th and 13th of October. So I've got to prepare for my entire center specifically for 2 days, a Monday and a Tuesday, where I've got typically, well, let's look. We've got as many as 10, 15 additional school agers I've got to try to accommodate for, right? So I've got to move some kiddos out. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to convert my roster to that. So typically I'd take and I'd go, I'd make a copy, and then I'd call this like October 2020, and I'd save my current roster for this specific month, and then I'm going to manipulate it. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put kids back in the middle of the day that now want to come. So for example, my school agers and kindergartners, if George comes in the afternoon, I'm going to assume he wants to come the whole day. So all of these kiddos here that would normally come before or after school, I'm going to make the quick assumption that they're going to want to come the full day. That's just an assumption for a moment. It gives me a starting point. Okay, so I'm going to do this in all of my roster, then I'm going to get rid of my other one. Watch this. We're going to jump ahead. So I've already done this now. And for realistic purposes, this is actually our Fruta preschool roster at the moment. I've just taken the names out. So Now we've taken this, which is now, this is October 12th. Over here is October 13th. And now this whole roster is just dedicated to these 2 days. Okay, so once I added in all of the middle of the days for the kids that normally come on Monday, Tuesday, right? I had 3 on Monday, 2 on Tuesday here. Now I'm going to get a better accurate number of how many kids I can expect for that entire day. So I've done the same thing for my school agers. I even have some pre-K kiddos here that, for example, this child here goes to the district preschool. So normally he's not here in the morning, but now district preschool's out, so I've got to account for this kiddo being with me a full day. So I make it bright green, just knowing that this child is going to be, I can expect him that entire day because he's not gone for that 3 hours of morning preschool, and that'll help me with my counts. This is a child that hasn't paid yet, so I can reach out to that family and say, listen, if you're able to start 12/12, you haven't paid, now you're going to need to start on 10/14. I literally need to write a note because we need to make sure we let them know, hey, we're going to be full the 12th and 13th, but you can start on the 14th. How do I know that? Because it's yellow. That means they haven't paid. This is what's so important. If you have simple payment methods, strategies, tracking, you can track all this stuff. All right. And why would you want to do this? Because I want my center to be full on those non-school days. Not over full, but full. Too many facilities have a reputation with big school age programs of just having kids hanging from the ceiling. That's not our program. Hopefully it's not yours, and if you do something like this, this will help you. So this, again, is strictly about how to manage that non-school day. So we're going to add those kiddos in. Here's another one that comes in here as well. Now, I also have some tracking over here, so if you can see this. This says, and we'll just say this is for Ellie, or Eli, non-school day no pay, NSDNP. So this is all year long. The Ellie, if the school calendar says that school agers are out, then he's out. And I don't charge. So I always give him a credit for these days. And that's a child that comes morning preschool, $20. And now that's going to make room for a full day child on that day, who's in our case is going to pay $36. Why would I not want to tell Ellie parents, and they love this, say, hey, I'm going to put you on a non-school day, no pay schedule for the school year. That means Thanksgiving break, Christmas break, he's out to play hooky and be with family. And that'll make room for our school agers. And we'll continue to put more and more kids on there till we find that balance throughout the year. But my part-time, my preschool kids specifically, because they don't need childcare, they love this. All right, and it gets my numbers down to begin with. So let's look at my numbers right now. So right now for these 2 days between my preschool, which I'm at 20 and 21, 18. So my high is 21 on Monday. My high is 18 on Tuesday. My pre-K is 19 and 21. Kindergartners 3 and 2. School age 13. So I'm managing right at 15 school agers right now. You add them all together and I hit 56 and 54. I'm licensed for 44. What does that mean? That means this is the thing that you deal with. You're like, hey, what do I do with all these school agers? How do I make room for them? Here's how you micromanage it to a T. Here we go. I need to get Tuesday down by 10. So I'm gonna offer 10 credits for families from preschool, pre-K, kindergarten, school age to keep their child home and play hooky for the day. On Monday, I'm going to offer 12 credits. So I simply send out an email. We have some email templates. So when I send out an email and Greta's family calls back and says, yeah, we'll keep Greta out on Tuesday, I say, wonderful, thank you. I issue a credit to their account for that $36. And for me, I put a bright green there so I know Greta's no longer coming. I've taken out her numbers and I know that I've given them a credit. Okay? If someone maybe that doesn't qualify for a credit, let's say this is in Colorado we call them a CCAP kiddo, or they would be a part of our Colorado Assistance Program. I wouldn't give them a cash credit, but if they tell me, hey, little Jacob, how about we call him Jacob, is going to be out, grandma's in town, and say wonderful, and I make it red so I know that Jacob is not coming.
And I also like to bold the names as parents communicate with me. We also send out an email that says, hey, please let us know if your child will be attending on this non-school day, October 12th and 13th, so we can plan for our classrooms and teachers. And a lot of parents just call and say, yep, we'll be there. And so these are parents, and I just bold their names that say, hey, my kiddo's coming. Okay? Let's move over into the kindergarten and school agers. So, this kindergartner here, let's say, only comes before and after school on Monday, Tuesday, and they want to add that middle of the day. They confirm with me. They say, hey, we'd like to add it. So I'm going to put green. That means they're adding time to their day in our care with the 1 in there. So I know I need to try to accommodate that. And I put purple there because I need to have conversation. You see the key up here? Current parent conversation to confirm with them and let them know. All of these kiddos here became purple once I received emails from them saying, yes, we would like to come. And for my tracking, I've got a lot of these kiddos that are already coming. For me, I just added the green in the middle from 9 to 4 when the kiddo was normally at school. And that blue represented that a child was already coming in our program. Green all the way across means that this is a school ager that's moved on, but now wants to come back just for the non-school day. So I can prioritize. This kiddo, which is Jesse, is a priority because they already come with us. Not only do I know that because I know our kids, but I can see it on the schedule because I'm not the only one that works on this. And Jackie, I can tell, is green all the way across. They'd like to add that. So if and when I can't accommodate, then I know who I need to prioritize. I'm going to take those off that are trying to drop in that don't normally come on a regular basis. And I'm going to confirm those. For example, this one here, who we'll call Tommy, or to me, because I want to confirm a kiddo that already comes before and after is currently enrolled. Those are the ones I really want to grab that spot for. Again, they confirm with me, say, nope, we're going to be out of town. Great. I make them red, or B, if they qualify for a credit for various reasons, then I'm going to issue a credit to their account. Okay? What else do we have here? So right now we've got to get our numbers down. Now we're at 52 and 53. 53 is my high. I might reach out to that kiddo. This is number 53 here and say, I really need to have a conversation with them. They're a part-time kiddo. I need to see if I can peel them off. That levels out our day when I jump back to the totals to 52. So I don't know if I can do a short video. There it is. That's how we get our numbers down. Let me address one more thing. So on these non-school days, in our pre-K classroom, we have kindergartners and school agers before school and after school. Our pre-K and preschool run together in the morning and after school to make room for our kindergarten school agers. Follow me real quick. Kindergarten school age right now we have about 15 enrolled. A little bit of a lower year. We just had a brand new elementary school added to our town, so that lowered my school age program just a little bit. So that means if I have 15 kindergarten school age licensed for 24, I have room for 9 pre-K kiddos. If I have 19 on the roster, that means 9 can start their day in their primary classroom. 10 will start their day with preschool. So I have a group of about half of my pre-K kiddos that on a regular basis, everybody starts in their same room every day and it ends in their same room. It's one single transition. So if you follow me, in the morning, preschool and pre-K go together. When my school agers leave, my pre-K clean up, line up, and they slide over to their room. And because this is the norm for us, these kids are good. And it helps them get ready for transitions like they're going to see in kindergarten, right? I've talked about this before in other videos. So on these non-school days, I've already set myself up with pre-kindergarten kiddos that are familiar with being in preschool. So that we can take the total sum of all 4 of these classrooms here combined, and all they have to do is get this number to 44. And then we put the youngest or the pre-K kiddos that are most developmentally successful and socially successful in our younger preschool classroom, which is full of 4-year-olds and 3s, older 3s, and that's where they'll run for those days. Okay, so it really helps with managing that, having a group of kiddos that do be able to swing. I'm not talking about kiddos rotating throughout your program every day to try to make room. We don't slide down into our younger classrooms. So even though I have early preschool kiddos licensed for 20, on that day I'm expecting 17 on both days. I'm not going to slide 3 down. Now, from a licensing perspective, I could. And that room is licensed 2.5 to 5. So I could take an older pre-K kiddo that's 5, let's say. I could take 3 of them and slide them down into early preschool if I was over my ratios in my older classrooms to come down as helpers, as long as there's developmentally appropriate material for them, which there are. There's peer mentoring. Have you ever heard of Montessori? Have you heard of other programs that have lots of peer mentoring? That's exactly what that is. So I have the opportunity to slide down a few kiddos to go be a teacher's helper, to be a peer mentor, to play. I mean, how many 5-year-olds play with 3-year-olds, right? Happens all the time. And so of my pre-K kiddos, I've got some great kiddos that would love to go and do that. Maybe with preschool as well. So that's the last resort if I'm having trouble getting my numbers down on those days. All right. That's all I'm going to give you today. So if you have questions on managing or ideas on managing non-school days, please like the video, comment below. Let me know what your ideas and comments are. Be happy to have dialogue with you. Have an absolute amazing day. Hey, make sure you subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't miss a video. Have a marvelous day.